Hi everyone. I want to take a few minutes and just really let you know a little bit about my personal Beachbody story. So I started out as a Beachbody customer back several years ago. I purchased the program P90X. You guys might have seen it on infomercials or maybe even tried it yourself. So what the deal was is my husband and I, we went on this family cruise with a bunch of our family and our kids and stuff, and we went on one of those little excursions where they the lady tested our metabolism. I was really into health and fitness at the time, and I'd lost quite a bit of weight after my second son, and I was feeling all healthy and all of this. And so she ran the numbers, tested our metabolism and all that good stuff, and the little computer spit out the numbers, and she analyzed the data and gave us our results. And she said, "You guys are very thin and you seem to be very active, but you don't have any, your metabolism is low and you don't have very much muscle mass." And I was like, oh, how dare she call me unhealthy? So then what she said was, "You should actually go and get a weightlifting metabolism building program such as P90X. And she wasn't a coach or anything, but she just really liked the program. And this little thing went off in my head. It was like, ding, ding, ding. I've seen P90X on the infomercials. One of my friends did that program and did really well. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I got home, I ordered the program. I did all 90 days, each day an hour and a half long, all by myself. I stuck it out and did it. And I did. I got really awesome results. I loved the feeling of accomplishment when I got done. What happened through that process is I was assigned a Beachbody coach, and her name was Nicole. She supported me through the whole journey. It was before any kind of Facebook challenge groups or anything like that. So she would message me and email me and check in on me and just really supported me along the way. Through that time, I was following her on Facebook, and I was really drawn to her story. She had risen from bankruptcy and having her two little babies and having her and her husband really struggle to buy diapers and put gas in the car and these types of things that I was really familiar with. And I watched her through the course of about 12 months pull herself from bankruptcy to really a six-figure income. And I was like, wow, she is doing this, and she's just like me. She's a mom who needed to lose weight. She cares about her health and fitness. She watches the same TV programs as I do. She posts about the same things with the kids and all of that, and we'd become friends. And one day I thought, I wonder if she can do this. I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could make enough money to quit my full-time job and really have some freedom of time to be able to go do what I wanted with my family. So I messaged her, I asked her if I would be able to do that. And I never will forget the amount of exclamation marks that she posted across the screen. She's like, absolutely. I just wanted to make $2,000 a month. And I asked her how long that would take. And she said, well, I can't really say how long, but she said, I promise you, if you do what I tell you, and you work hard, it definitely will happen. It can happen for anyone. And so I decided right then, right that minute, I was going to be coachable. I was going to do everything that she said and really make this work. Because you see, my personal finances and our family's finances were a mess. We were not honestly that far from filing bankruptcy ourselves. Our poor choices of putting everything on credit cards. We just moved into a new house. We needed certain things to furnish it. We took out home equity loans, lines of credit, maxed out the credit cards. And then all of a sudden we had all these payments that we couldn't afford. And at the same time, we knew we wanted to go do the things we wanted to do. We loved to rodeo. We loved to show horses. And we would just enter the rodeos without really even having the money to do that, hoping that we win. And that never went well. We usually didn't win. And then we would fight and I would cry and it sucked really, really bad. And So in the midst of all of that, I had gotten a stay-at-home job, and my husband had gotten into a truck. He was hauling cows internationally. He'd be gone for 3 weeks at a time, and I had these little babies at home, and we were really struggling to make ends meet. And it just had this gnawing, sick feeling in my stomach that this wasn't right. That we messed up, and we needed to change. And in order to do that, I needed something that would help me, and it was really inspiring that I saw what was happening with Nicole. So I went for it. What happened is exactly what I wanted to have happened. I did everything that she said. This is really a simple business. There's 3 things that we do every day, and we'll get into those as we go. But I did those, and I did them without fail. It wasn't always easy. It was always very simple. There was a lot of things I had to do outside of my comfort zone, but I wanted it so badly that I was willing to do it. And so what happened was, within 12 months, I had earned enough money to quit my full-time job, and I earned a free trip to Disney World. I took the family there for free, and I'll just never, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that feeling of accomplishment when I saw my babies run and hug Mickey Mouse and say, just the look of sheer joy on their faces, because we wouldn't have been able to afford a trip like that, but I worked really hard for it and I made it happen. That was one of the happiest times for us, sorry. And then from there, my team just started to grow and my income kept rising. So like I was saying, it took me 12 months to match my income of my full-time job doing Beachbody part-time. And that's another thing that we'll get into, is how much hours it takes. So I was doing very minimal, was able to match my income. So I didn't quit. It took me another 6 months before I actually quit. And I told my husband, I'm like, gosh, why am I still doing this job? And he's like, I don't know. Why are you still doing that job? Because you hate it and you're cranky and you should just quit. I'm like, okay, I quit. So I became a full-time Beachbody coach. I haven't looked back since. It is the most rewarding, fulfilling thing ever. I love helping people pick out their fitness programs, get started drinking Shakeology, transforming their lives. I love hearing, I love hearing their whys and why they want to get fit and healthy, getting them started on the programs and watching that transformation happen. That is more rewarding than the money. I truly love doing that. The money is a side effect from doing this right, going all in and really putting myself outside of my comfort zone and doing what it takes to get there. So that is a little bit about my story. I am a mom, like I said. I've got 3 kids, young kids, all under the age of 10, and my husband and I live on our family-owned ranch. We take care of the cows and ride horses daily. We live in a very small town in the middle of nowhere in southeastern Oregon. So it's such a glorious thing to have this chance, via the internet, to be connected to so many amazing like-minded people, but still get to live where I can look out the window right now and see nothing but meadows and sagebrush and mountains, no stoplights, it's nothing bad about living in a city, but just for me, it's just so glorious to have those wide open spaces and the big, huge skies, and to be able to just go ride my horses and have the freedom of doing that, to be able to be home for the kids, to be present, to be able to be involved in their activities, to be able to raise them. That was the biggest thing for me, to really be able to raise my kids, and be home when they got home from school, and not have, and even when things were so tight for my husband and I, that's why I got the second job before I knew about Beachbody, was to make it so I worked from home so I could be home for the kids. And it's just so that we just didn't want daycare or a nanny or anybody else raising them. We really felt like it was our job, but at the same time, we didn't want to give up on our dreams of what we really wanted to do. And with this, we can have it all. It's work. It's hard work, but you guys, I love it that way. I love working hard and then playing hard, if that makes sense. I love the feeling of accomplishment in really doing something that matters and then seeing the results and seeing that pay off. I love the self-improvement piece about being involved in something bigger than myself to end the trend of obesity and to help other people realize their financial dreams and to be around like-minded people. That's what this team is. And you can't have that with a regular traditional job because your employer picks who you're around. And this isn't like that at all. You get to choose. Okay, so I will stop there, but that's just a little bit about my story. This really has changed my life, and I'm so excited for you to join us and get started too. So thank you so much for listening.